We all know people who silently bear their own pain and fears. This unspoken burden can spread to us, weighing us down, dimming our hopes, and gradually eroding our sense of what's possible. However, it's not always entirely negative. Indeed, it's often detrimental to you, but sometimes tough decisions are necessary to safeguard your inner light and path to growth. In such situations, we may need to distance ourselves from even our closest loved ones, whether connected by blood or shared history. Discussing the complexities of relationships and the importance of mental health is crucial. In this context, recognizing the need for significant changes is vital for our mental health and personal development. Nowadays, there are signs that it might be time to create some distance between ourselves and those we care about, including close friends and family. The journey towards self-preservation and personal growth is challenging and fraught with obstacles, but it is also deeply rewarding. By acknowledging the warning signs and stepping away from damaging or unhealthy relationships, we can move towards a more genuine and fulfilling life. This shift allows us to release old burdens and connect with people who support, inspire, and contribute to our growth. Recognizing that you deserve better is the first essential step on this journey, a step that might seem daunting but is crucial to moving forward. Knowing you deserve to move on is the starting point. Constant rudeness is something that deserves closer examination because its impact may be more significant than it initially appears. This kind of behavior often starts subtly, with jokes or comments that poke fun at our actions, achievements, or feelings. Over time, these negative remarks can damage our self-esteem and deteriorate our relationships. When someone repeatedly treats us poorly, it's called constant disrespect. This behavior can make us feel undervalued and misunderstood. It manifests in various ways, such as relentless criticism that overlooks our efforts or successes, or mockery intended as humor but which actually wounds us deeply. Being constantly rude is akin to slowly poisoning someone. At first, especially if the person is important to us, the effects may not be noticeable. However, over time, it begins to alter how we view ourselves, causing us to question our worth, abilities, and even our fundamental beliefs. It's crucial to recognize that detecting this behavior is not straightforward. Being brutally honest and willing to look beyond the surface of our relationships is necessary. However, protecting our mental space and ensuring we are surrounded by people who appreciate, value, and support us is a vital step. Realizing that constant disrespect has no place in healthy relationships is the first move toward freeing ourselves from toxic ties. It signifies that we deserve to be treated with respect and dignity. If others fail to meet this standard, it's simply not good enough for us. We should be around those who support us and listen genuinely. If someone consistently makes you feel belittled, it's important to scrutinize that relationship closely. Removing harmful individuals from our lives can be challenging, but it's a crucial part of maintaining our well-being. It's crucial for our mental and emotional health to prioritize ourselves, especially in relationships that may be harmful. Often people remain in hurtful relationships because they fear being alone or feel obligated out of gratitude or duty. However, it's essential to recognize that we deserve relationships that foster our growth rather than diminish us. Understanding that leaving toxic people behind is not selfishness but an act of self-recovery and honesty is vital. We deserve more than insincere apologies followed by continued mistreatment. Choosing to prioritize our own well-being is an act of self-love and a critical step toward a happier, healthier life. It's important to remember that our self-esteem should not be contingent on others' opinions. Or criticism from toxic individuals does not reflect our true worth. Additionally, distinguishing between constructive feedback and harmful criticism is key. Not all external opinions are equally valuable, some are just noise, while others offer genuine advice that can help us improve. Part of self-care involves taking time to reflect on our interactions and establishing healthy boundaries. If people hinder our growth or cause us pain, we shouldn't feel guilty about distancing ourselves from them. Instead, we should recognize that we deserve love and respect, both from ourselves and others. By making decisions that prioritize our health and happiness, we take a bold step toward a more authentic and satisfying life. Whether it's mental or physical, facing the harsh reality of any form of abuse is essential. It's toxic to relationships. It breaks your heart and compromises your sense of safety. Emotional abuse, in particular, can be insidiously damaging. It infiltrates your mind and heart, whispering destructive lies that undermine your self-esteem and distort your view of yourself and the world. This type of abuse traps you in a dark labyrinth of self-doubt and guilt. With each cruel word and manipulative act, hope becomes dimmer and more elusive. This dark maze is thick with the unseen thorns of mistrust and anxiety, fueled by the abuser's own fears. It leads you to question your thoughts and feelings, blame yourself for things beyond your control, and feel unworthy of love and respect. This cycle of self-blame and criticism perpetuates a state of confusion and helplessness. Emotional abuse strips away your joy and well-being, eroding your identity and confidence. Physical abuse is equally devastating, leaving scars both visible and hidden. Each act of violence not only harms the body but also deeply wounds the mind and spirit. If you find yourself in such a situation, it's crucial to remember that you are not alone and support is available. Abuse, in any form, is unwarranted and should not be tolerated. The first step to recovery is acknowledging the situation and seeking help. Both types of abuse require courage to confront and overcome. It's important to talk about your experiences with someone you trust, whether it's a family member or a professional. Remember, leaving an abusive relationship is a sign of strength, not weakness. In all interactions, you deserve to be treated with love, respect, and dignity. Breaking free from the cycle of abuse is challenging, but with the right support and determination, you can start on the path to healing and recovery. Leaving an abusive relationship is not just an act of defiance, but also a profound demonstration of self-love and self-defense. It sends a clear message that you refuse to tolerate abuse, and that you are entitled to a life free from fear and violence. When you decide to leave such a relationship, you reclaim your power and affirm your right to a peaceful, joyful existence. Healing from abuse is undoubtedly challenging, but remember, you are not alone in this journey. Resources such as helplines, emergency centers, and support groups are available to offer the necessary support and guidance. It's important to seek help from those experienced in aiding recovery from abuse. Don't hesitate to reach out for the support you need. You are a fighter, advocating for your own happiness and well-being. You are not fated to endure pain and sadness. Instead, you are authoring a new chapter in your life each time you move towards escaping abuse. In this new chapter, love and respect accompany you. When facing abuse, obtaining support from friends, family, or professional counselors can provide a safe haven during turbulent times. You are not alone on this path to recovery and freedom. Departing from a violent situation is not merely about ensuring your safety. It also involves recognizing your intrinsic worth and asserting your right to a life devoid of violence and abuse. Visualize a life where each day offers a new opportunity to learn, heal, and thrive free from the shadows of abuse. Remember, leaving an abusive situation is a display of strength, power, and courage. It reflects a deep self-respect and a commitment to fighting for a better future. If you find yourself feeling trapped by abuse, know that escaping is not an act of surrender, but a courageous step towards the life you deserve. In your story, you are the protagonist, and love and peace are your steadfast companions every step of the way. Consider these signs as loud alarms indicating a fundamental lack of respect within a relationship. They clearly show that your feelings, needs, and desires are being disregarded. Every time your boundaries are crossed, it can feel as though your voice goes unheard, regardless of how loudly you speak up. In any form of interaction, be it physical, mental, or even digital, boundaries are crucial. They act like the nervous system of a healthy relationship, maintaining balance and safeguarding the well-being of both parties involved. When these limits are consistently ignored or violated, it disrupts the balance and threatens the unity of the relationship. It's important to recognize these signs of disrespect and address them. They are clear indicators that the dynamics of the relationship are flawed and require intervention to protect your mental health and preserve respectful relationships. Setting clear boundaries and communicating them effectively is essential. Boundaries help us define what is acceptable and what is not within our relationships. In a world where it can be challenging to discern these limits, recognizing when they are breached is more crucial than ever. Ignoring these violations can compromise both the health and security of your relationship. Boundary violations can manifest in subtle and varied ways. For instance, someone might repeatedly bring up topics you've explicitly stated are off limits, encroaching on your mental and emotional peace. They might invade your personal space without considering your comfort or privacy needs, or they might refuse to respect physical distance when you request it, clearly showing a disregard for your boundaries. To maintain honesty in your relationships and foster an environment of mutual respect, it's vital to be vigilant about these boundary crossings. Setting limits is not just about defining what is acceptable, it's also about actively ensuring those boundaries are respected by others, thereby promoting a respectful and healthy relationship dynamic. Enforcing your boundaries firmly with those who overstep them is an act of self-care and assertion. When someone close to you disregards the limits you've set, they not only invade your personal space but also erode the trust and respect essential for a healthy relationship. People who consistently disrespect boundaries can create feelings of mistrust and resentment, which can be hurtful to everyone involved. Discovering that someone you trust has violated these boundaries can be deeply upsetting, often leading to confusion, worry, and sadness. However, maintaining respect for your personal limits is crucial for your social and mental health. The first step in protecting your mental well-being is recognizing how these boundary violations affect you. Understanding the importance of your boundaries and adhering to them empowers you, setting a clear standard of self-respect in all your interactions. Taking this approach helps you build stronger, more fulfilling relationships in the future. It's not about being inflexible, it's about recognizing the respect you deserve and demanding it in every interaction. It might seem daunting to confront someone who has hurt you or to consider ending the relationship, especially when the ties are strong. But remember, you deserve to feel valued and accepted in every interaction, not diminished or undermined. Your self-esteem and emotional health are vital for leading a fulfilling life. Continually tolerating people who disrespect your boundaries can significantly harm your self-esteem and happiness. Whether with friends, family, or a romantic partner, you should always be treated with kindness, respect, and care. It's essential to evaluate the significance of the relationship in your life. If someone consistently breaks your rules, consider whether the relationship brings more happiness and support than stress and worry. Are you flourishing, or do you feel stuck and suppressed? Asking yourself these tough questions can help you make decisions that are beneficial for your long-term mental health. Ending a relationship that is detrimental to you is not a sign of weakness but a demonstration of strength and self-awareness. It shows that you prioritize your happiness and mental health, which is a profound act of self-love. To protect your mental health, don't hesitate to do what is necessary and seek connections that foster your growth as an individual. Imagine a puppeteer skillfully manipulating the strings of a puppet, orchestrating every movement without being seen. This metaphor aptly describes a master manipulator who subtly controls your actions, uses your emotions against you, and instills guilt to keep you compliant. They might shower you with praise, but only to achieve their own ends. In this dangerous dance of influence, lies are woven into conversations to disorient you and distort your perception of reality. Gradually, you start doubting not only your worldview but also your reasoning and self-worth. Every step you take seems to distance you further from your true self, trapping you in a storm of doubt and confusion. This manipulation alters how you view things, leading you to question your abilities and eroding your self-esteem. Over time, you may find yourself in a vicious cycle where you increasingly depend on the abuser, believing you can't do anything right without their guidance and approval. This dependency gives the manipulator even more power over you. Emotional manipulation and gaslighting can leave you constantly anxious and fearful of making mistakes, as the manipulator twists reality to make you question your sanity. The first step to breaking free from someone who is manipulating you is to recognize their tactics, such as emotional blackmail and gaslighting. Being aware of these strategies allows you to start reclaiming your power and rebuilding your self-esteem. Remember, you are not alone on this journey. There are tools and support networks available to help you escape the cycle of abuse and regain your mental freedom. Living under such influence can be incredibly challenging and painful, often feeling like being trapped in a mental tunnel that leads deeper into a web of deceit with every turn. It's crucial to remember that you have the strength to break free from this destructive loop. Though it may be painful, you are fighting for your freedom and the right to live a life free from control and coercion. Each time you resist manipulation, it demonstrates courage and self-determination. Setting boundaries is not just a defensive act, it's a proactive step towards regaining control of your life and your identity. Setting clear and firm boundaries with someone who is trying to control you is a vital act of self-respect and protection for your mental health. It sends a strong message, both to the abuser and to yourself, that you value your own worth enough not to let another person's desires dictate your life. You are standing up for your rights by making it clear that you refuse to be a pawn in someone else's manipulative games. Taking back control of your life in this way can help you regain a sense of value and worth. This act of strength, while daunting at first, is essential. Remember, you deserve a life filled with love, respect, and freedom. No one has the right to change or dominate your life. Setting healthy boundaries is a crucial first step towards creating more balanced and fulfilling relationships. You are not alone on this journey. There are resources and support systems available to help you reclaim your autonomy, nurture self-love, and foster respect for yourself and others. However, it's important to acknowledge that sometimes, despite our needs and expectations for support, it may not arrive as hoped. Imagine you are going through a difficult period and feeling vulnerable, hoping for someone to offer support or assistance but finding yourself alone. This situation can be incredibly disheartening and may intensify feelings of isolation and despair. In such times, it's essential to recognize the importance of self-reliance and the value of seeking out alternative support networks. Whether it's friends, family, community resources, or professional help, there are other avenues available. It's crucial not to lose hope and to continue reaching out until you find the support you need. Self-respect sometimes involves recognizing when to seek help beyond your immediate circle and being proactive about finding the right support to navigate challenging times. The sensation of feeling empty and unsupported, even in the presence of others, is a significant indicator that something is amiss in a relationship. It's essential to delve deeper into this critical issue. Healthy, lasting relationships are underpinned by a strong, often unseen foundation of mutual support. The small actions and words exchanged daily significantly shape our lives. A reassuring phrase when we're nervous about a task, a listening ear after a taxing day, or simply the comforting presence of someone consistently there through both highs and lows. However, when this crucial support dissipates, it can feel as though a vital part of the relationship is missing, and you may feel alone even when physically accompanied. This absence can lead to profound emotional pain and troubling questions. Do your goals and dreams matter to the other person? Why do you feel like you're struggling alone despite someone being close by? These persistent worries and doubts can erode your confidence and trap you in a cycle of insecurity. supportive relationships do more than provide words of encouragement or help. They ignite the spark we need to believe in ourselves and our capabilities. Lacking this support makes achieving our dreams and goals significantly more challenging and fraught with obstacles. Recognizing the absence of support in a relationship is crucial for maintaining mental and emotional health. Even the best relationships can experience fluctuations. They undergo periods of stress and challenge. However, a consistent lack of support should prompt a thorough examination and reassessment of the relationship dynamics. It's indeed a two-way street. Mutual aid and enhancement are hallmarks of a healthy partnership. If this balance is missing, it's imperative to scrutinize the situation closely and consider whether improvements are feasible. You might find it necessary to establish firmer boundaries and clearly articulate your needs. Open and honest communication is fundamental in any relationship. Sometimes, simply expressing your needs can significantly alter the dynamics for the better. Taking these steps isn't just about salvaging a relationship, it's about ensuring it actively contributes to your well-being and growth. Sometimes, acknowledging the hard truth that a relationship isn't functioning as it should can be the bravest decision you make. It might be necessary to walk away if the relationship consistently fails to meet your needs, making you feel unheard, unseen, or weakened. Surrounding yourself with people who believe in you and propel you forward, making you stronger rather than weaker, is crucial. When your needs go unmet and it feels like no one is listening, it can lead to significant frustration and pain. If this becomes a recurring theme, it's a clear indication that the relationship is fundamentally flawed. Ignoring such signals, especially out of hope that things will improve or fear of facing the reality that your emotional needs are not being met, can be harmful. Over time, overlooking these issues only prolongs unhappiness and discomfort. Embracing self-love involves recognizing these signs and taking decisive action. This is not only a crucial step toward a more fulfilling and joyful life, but also a testament to understanding your worth and respecting yourself as a person. By putting yourself first and establishing solid boundaries in your interactions, you prioritize your well-being. Although it can be challenging to voice these concerns, doing so is essential for your mental and physical growth. By asserting what you need and expecting to be treated with respect, you shed the mental burden of a non-supportive relationship. This act of self-care opens up space for new growth and more meaningful connections, allowing you to cultivate relationships that truly enrich your life and contribute positively to your well-being. Being constantly surrounded by negativity can be both exhausting and demoralizing. When someone persistently views the world through a lens of cynicism, it not only affects their perception but also influences how those around them see the world. This pervasive negativity can slowly infiltrate our own outlook, replacing hope and optimism, key components for maintaining a positive mood during challenging times, with a relentless sense of fatigue. This cloud of negativity can obscure even the smallest joys, casting a shadow over every potential bright spot in our lives. Living in such a toxic environment is not only unpleasant, it can also be detrimental to our mental health. Being continually exposed to such negativity can lead to discouragement, which may erode our self-esteem and diminish our faith in ourselves and our future. It might even cause us to abandon our own hopes and dreams, under the false belief that success and happiness are unattainable. The mood of those around us can significantly impact our mental health, making it crucial to recognize this influence and establish healthy boundaries to safeguard ourselves. Maintaining an optimistic outlook and engaging with people who inspire and motivate us are vital steps for preserving our mental well-being and fostering a sustained sense of happiness. It's important to actively seek out positive interactions and limit exposure to persistently negative individuals. By doing so, we can protect our mental space and ensure that our environment promotes rather than hinders our emotional health. When every interaction with someone leaves you emotionally exhausted, it's a clear indicator that the relationship may be more harmful than beneficial. Consider each part of your life as a mental bank account. Certain people make deposits by adding love, support, and joy, while others consistently make withdrawals, leaving you feeling drained, empty, and in severe cases on the verge of a mental breakdown. This metaphor encourages us to evaluate our relationships and consider how they impact our emotional state. It highlights the importance of distinguishing who enhances our well-being and who depletes our mental energy without reciprocity. We must remember that we are not obligated to continuously pay the emotional tolls for others while neglecting our own needs. Setting firm boundaries and prioritizing our mental and emotional health are crucial steps. If someone consistently saps your energy, it's a sign that the relationship is unbalanced and potentially harmful. Such emotional burnout can leave you too exhausted to find joy, stay motivated, or even handle daily tasks. Recognizing and understanding this sign is vital for your physical and mental health. Relationships should energize and uplift us, not leave us perpetually tired. If interactions with someone consistently drain you, it is a strong indication that the relationship is detrimental to your mental health. These relationships do not fortify you. Instead, they leave you emotionally depleted, lacking the energy or enthusiasm needed for other aspects of life. Deciding to cease communication with someone who constantly drains you can be a wise and courageous choice. Sometimes, stepping away from toxic individuals is the only way to reclaim your energy and begin to heal mentally. By prioritizing your mental health and setting healthy boundaries, you enable yourself to forge more supportive and enriching relationships that contribute to personal growth. Taking care of yourself and practicing self-love are acts that not only enhance your own life, but also create a foundation for healthier, more satisfying relationships that truly help you thrive. When trust, which is foundational to any relationship, begins to erode, it's a clear signal that serious issues are at play. Picture a large ship symbolizing a relationship, aiming toward a destination of mutual love and support. However, if the trust that this ship is built upon starts to deteriorate, the relationship becomes like a ship lost at sea, adrift in a tumult of fear and confusion. In such a relationship, there's a constant fear that your words will be misconstrued, your feelings dismissed, and your vulnerabilities exploited. It's akin to navigating through stormy waters without a lantern to guide you to safety and mental security. When trust falters, the bond that ties individuals together weakens, and gradually, the foundation for a strong and meaningful connection is lost. Each act of deceit chips away at trust, leaving behind a trail of doubt and disappointment. Lack of trust in a relationship leads to endless cycles of suspicion and fear, undermining the relationship's stability. When individuals are not truthful or open, it creates an environment filled with tension and apprehension, stifling the relationship's potential to flourish in a healthy manner. This breakdown of trust is like a disease that infects the heart of the relationship. Broken promises transform hurt into betrayal, and secrets told behind one's back leave lasting scars. The constant need to guard your heart and question everything communicated is not the essence of a healthy relationship. Relationships should provide a sanctuary of support, not breed distrust. They ought to fortify you, not keep you perpetually on edge. When trust is absent, you begin to doubt not only the intentions of the other person, but also the viability of the relationship itself. Healthy relationships should enhance your strength and offer reassurance rather than sow seeds of doubt. If you find yourself in a relationship where trust is no longer present, it may be necessary to reassess its value to your life. A relationship without trust can drain your emotional resources and detract from your well-being, making it important to consider whether staying in such an environment is beneficial. When trust in a relationship breaks down, it doesn't just make you question the other person's actions, it shakes your own self-confidence. You start to wonder why you trusted someone who let you down and why you didn't notice the warning signs earlier. This can lead to a drop in self-esteem, increased anxiety, and a deep-seated fear of experiencing hurt again. A relationship without trust can feel like an ongoing emotional battle. Every word and action is scrutinized for signs of deceit, and the constant state of high alert can be exhausting. You find it impossible to relax or feel at peace in each other's company, which can quickly wear you down. Rebuilding trust is a challenging process that requires time, honesty, and commitment from both parties. It involves confronting difficult truths, admitting mistakes, and working collaboratively to restore what was lost. However, in some cases, broken trust can signify the end of a relationship. It might indicate that it's time to move on to protect your mental health and self-esteem. Leaving a situation where trust is irreparable is a profound act of self-love. It's important to recognize that you deserve relationships that feel like a safe, welcoming home, not emotional battlegrounds. Choosing to prioritize your emotional and mental well-being is not selfish but a testament to your commitment to your own health and happiness. Surround yourself with people whose hearts you can trust and who will safeguard your deepest secrets. Seek environments where being open and vulnerable is viewed as a strength, not a vulnerability that can be exploited. By ending relationships that undermine your self-esteem, you send a powerful message to both the world and yourself. You value yourself too highly to settle for anything less than genuine love and respect. This step is not just about moving away from negativity, but moving towards a more authentic and fulfilling life. When you find yourself in a relationship that feels more like a one-way conversation than a genuine two-way interaction, it's a significant warning sign. This dynamic can be likened to being stuck in a loop of hearing the same stories and achievements repeatedly, where there is no space for your voice or perspective. You might feel as if you're living in the other person's shadow, increasingly unnoticed and underappreciated. This situation is disheartening and can lead to feelings of isolation. It forces you to question your value and role within the relationship. Are your thoughts and feelings considered important, or are you merely a spectator in someone else's narrative? Such reflections can indicate that the relationship has left you feeling empty and ignored. It's crucial to recognize this as a signal to establish healthy boundaries and seek relationships that genuinely involve mutual communication, understanding, and appreciation. While it's natural to want to share our successes and joyful moments with those we care about, the conversation should never be one-sided. A relationship where only one person's needs, successes, and emotions are consistently prioritized demonstrates a profound lack of respect and empathy. Living with someone who continuously boasts about their accomplishments can make your own achievements, problems, and presence feel diminished or entirely overlooked. This behavior doesn't just undermine your self-esteem and sense of worth, it also degrades the quality of your relationship. If you find yourself constantly comparing your efforts to theirs, feeling overshadowed and defeated, this imbalance can be toxic. Such self-centered behavior fosters an environment that stifles real connection and personal growth, rather than creating a supportive space where individuals can celebrate each other's successes. Often, a person's incessant need for attention and validation might stem from deeper insecurities or fears. Recognizing these patterns is the first step towards addressing them. It's important to advocate for your needs and seek a relationship dynamic that supports mutual respect and growth, enhancing both partners' sense of worth and satisfaction. It's vital to remember that while supporting others is a valuable part of a relationship, it is not your responsibility to fix someone else's problems. In a healthy relationship, there should be a balanced exchange of support, praise, and care. If you find that your efforts are consistently ignored or diminished, it indicates that the relationship is unbalanced and your mental needs are not being met. Reevaluating whether such a relationship is beneficial for you is crucial. Deciding to leave a situation where every interaction feels shallow and one-sided is not a sign of weakness, rather, it is a sign of strength and a protective measure for your well-being. It takes courage to recognize that you deserve a relationship where your thoughts, feelings, and achievements are valued and respected. Take time to reflect on what you truly want and need in a relationship. Prioritize your own health and happiness, and don't hesitate to establish boundaries that protect you from feeling neglected or undervalued. Remember, you deserve to be in relationships where you are seen, heard, and respected, where there is mutual appreciation and everyone has the opportunity to shine. If you feel that your relationship is hindering your personal and mental growth, it's essential to seriously consider the implications this stagnation has on your life. Relationship stagnation can manifest in various ways, all potentially detrimental to both mental and physical health. You might find yourself trapped in repetitive, uninspiring routines that prevent you from exploring new experiences or tackling new challenges. This feeling of being stuck can lead to a sense of limbo, where every day feels the same and the future holds little promise for excitement or growth. Stagnation might also occur when your partner's needs or desires consistently overshadow your own goals and dreams. In such cases, it's important to assess whether the relationship truly supports your growth or if it merely serves as a barrier. Taking steps to protect your health and ensuring your relationships propel rather than hinder your development is not just wise, it's necessary for living a fulfilling and dynamic life. Prioritizing a partner's needs over your own consistently can lead to a loss of self-identity and happiness, a clear sign of relationship stagnation. Adopting jobs or behaviors that don't align with who you truly are is another manifestation of this stagnation. When you live your life not by your own values but to satisfy others' expectations, it can leave you feeling lost, confused, and disconnected from your true self. This misalignment might necessitate a reassessment or even an end to the relationship to break free from constraints that inhibit your growth and fulfillment. Taking distance from a relationship doesn't always mean ending it entirely. Sometimes it simply involves stepping back to gain a clearer, more objective view of the situation. This space allows you to reconnect with your own needs, desires, and boundaries, and to reclaim control over your life and future. Making the decision to end or redefine a relationship that no longer serves you is a courageous step towards personal growth and well-being. Recognizing that you deserve more than what is currently holding you back is a profound commitment to yourself. Being kind and compassionate to yourself in this process not only liberates you from the stagnation but also opens up opportunities to rebuild and reinvent yourself. By stepping away, you affirm your worth and your right to seek relationships that are fulfilling and supportive, rather than ones that confine you to a cycle of conformity and discomfort. Embarking on this journey can be difficult and painful, but it is essential for your personal development. It enables you to embrace new experiences and opportunities that can help you grow and realize your full potential. In doing so, you not only find relationships that enrich your life, but also cultivate an environment where you can thrive and feel truly valued. Indeed, choosing to let go of relationships that no longer serve you can be both liberating and transformative. Mental and physical growth is a journey that unfolds over time, filled with new experiences, lessons, and changes. Healthy connections play a crucial role in this process as they provide a safe environment for growth and transformation in all aspects of life. You deserve to surround yourself with people who motivate, encourage, and support you on your path to happiness and personal growth. Taking control of your life and stepping away from relationships that hinder your progress or cause you harm is a powerful act of self-love and integrity. By doing so, you open up space for new opportunities, meaningful connections, and enhanced well-being and satisfaction. Recognize your power to shape your life according to your own values, goals, and dreams. By prioritizing your growth and development, you strengthen your connection with yourself, which in turn helps you forge deeper, more authentic relationships with others. Making choices that align with a more authentic, fulfilling, and joyful life can have profound impacts. In terms of managing differing life goals within relationships, it's vital to discuss each person's views, values, and life goals openly and honestly. This dialogue helps clarify expectations and what each individual is willing to compromise to maintain the relationship. Understanding and respecting each other's perspectives, even if you don't agree with them, is essential for building a strong and lasting connection. Learning to agree to disagree and finding creative solutions that satisfy everyone involved can also be beneficial. If disagreements become particularly challenging, consulting with a therapist or couples counselor can offer a safe, objective space to discuss issues and develop effective solutions. Ultimately, recognizing that it's okay if some differences remain unresolved is important. Acknowledging deep-seated differences in values, beliefs, or life goals that make it impossible to sustain a healthy, happy relationship is a critical aspect of maintaining overall emotional health and ensuring that your relationships contribute positively to your life. When differences in ideals, views, and life goals are irreconcilable, it can indeed place a significant strain on a relationship. While it's possible to overcome these differences through open communication, understanding, and commitment, there are times when the best solution for both parties might be to amicably part ways. Continuing to struggle in a relationship where fundamental aspects cannot be aligned can be exhausting and unproductive. If you and your partner find that your differences are too vast and compromise isn't feasible, it's crucial to be honest about the limitations of the relationship. Making decisions that prioritize your long-term happiness and health is essential. It's better to face the reality of the situation than to persist in a relationship that may lead to continual dissatisfaction or resentment. Regarding feelings of discomfort or fear within a relationship, these emotions are significant indicators that something may be amiss. Trusting your instincts when you feel anxious, worried, or scared around someone is important. These feelings could stem from various issues within the relationship, such as disrespect, pressure, or even manipulation. It's vital to identify the causes of these feelings to make informed decisions about the future of the relationship. Relationship pain can manifest in many ways, including through hurtful comments, jokes that are in bad taste, or outright insults. It can also arise from a lack of respect for personal space, pressure to engage in unwanted activities, or neglect of mental and emotional needs. If one partner consistently attempts to control or manipulate the other, this imbalance of power can create a breeding ground for discomfort and unease. Another major red flag is constant stress and worry about pleasing the other person, which can signal a potentially harmful situation. If someone feels perpetually anxious about how they are perceived by their partner and fears their reactions, it's a sign that the relationship may be oppressive. In any of these scenarios, considering whether to stay in the relationship is crucial. No one should feel perpetually uneasy, controlled, or afraid in their relationship. Prioritizing your safety, mental health, and overall well-being is not only wise but necessary. Making these tough decisions can lead to a healthier, happier life in the long run, free from the burden of a damaging relationship. When anxiety arises in a relationship due to unpredictable behavior or a lack of safety in expressing concerns and desires, it signals a serious issue that needs attention. The presence of fear, particularly if it stems from a partner's history of violence, threats, or aggressive behavior, is an urgent red flag indicating the need for protective measures. Experiencing fear due to past abuse, whether physical, verbal, or emotional, or early signs of dominance and manipulation by a partner calls for a critical evaluation of the relationship's health. It's crucial to assess whether staying in such a relationship is safe or healthy. Seeking an objective perspective can be invaluable in these situations. Consulting friends, family, or mental health professionals can provide support and guidance. Setting clear boundaries and communicating your needs and concerns assertively are essential steps. If these actions do not lead to a significant and positive change, or if the relationship continues to feel unsafe, it may be necessary to consider leaving in a manner that ensures your safety. Exiting such relationships might involve creating both physical and emotional distance, ceasing all contact, and possibly seeking additional support to navigate the exit and recovery process. When we experience feelings of pain, worry, or fear, these are critical signals from our body and mind urging us to protect ourselves. These emotions are vital and should be respected rather than dismissed to appease others or maintain a facade of peace. People often minimize or ignore their feelings in uncomfortable or anxiety-inducing situations to avoid conflict or to keep the peace. However, acknowledging and valuing these feelings as legitimate indicators that something is wrong is crucial. Learning to recognize and honor these emotions is an important part of caring for your well-being and ensuring your safety in relationships. It's essential to take these feelings seriously and act to preserve your health and happiness. Prioritizing our own needs is crucial for our mental health and overall well-being. Suppressing our feelings can lead to significant emotional distress and might prevent us from meeting our personal needs. It's essential not only to recognize and name our emotions, even when they are difficult, but also to establish and communicate our boundaries clearly and respectfully. Being forthright about our needs and distancing ourselves from harmful influences are important steps in facing life's challenges. These actions, though often difficult, help us grow stronger and enable us to lead more authentic and fulfilling lives. Taking care of ourselves and seeking improvement are ways to acknowledge our worth and affirm our self-respect. We must not let the fear of conflict or discomfort deter us from making decisions that safeguard our health and happiness. Trusting our instincts is vital when navigating relationships. If feelings of discomfort, anxiety, or fear arise, it's a strong indicator that something is amiss. Trusting our gut and considering whether it is best to leave the relationship can be a significant step toward a healthier and more satisfying life. Seeking help and taking steps to ensure our safety are proactive measures toward self-preservation. In the context of commitment within relationships, a lack of dedication can signal deeper problems that might jeopardize the relationship's longevity. When one partner is unwilling to engage with or resolve conflicts, the relationship may become stagnant and eventually dissolve. Commitment is fundamental to any healthy relationship. It involves both partners working together to address challenges and resolve conflicts in constructive ways. If one person is reluctant to make necessary changes or compromises, it can strain the relationship. This reluctance can change the dynamic between the partners, leading to unresolved issues and potential breakdown of the relationship. A healthy partnership requires effort from both individuals to nurture and maintain the bond, ensuring that both partners feel valued and supported. In conclusion, recognizing and addressing our emotional needs, maintaining commitment, and fostering open communication are essential for the health and longevity of any relationship. These elements help build a foundation of trust and mutual respect, which are indispensable for a thriving, supportive partnership. When loyalty falters in a relationship, it can manifest as an unwillingness to confront and resolve issues, which might lead to a buildup of stress and unresolved conflicts over time. This lack of commitment can erode trust and faith in the relationship, leading one or both partners to question their long-term commitment and the future of their connection. A lack of engagement can be symptomatic of deeper relationship problems such as poor communication or a lack of mutual respect. It might indicate that one partner does not value the relationship enough to invest the effort required to sustain it. In a healthy relationship, compromise does not mean one person consistently sacrifices their needs for the other. Instead, it involves finding a balance that respects the desires, needs, and beliefs of both partners. This is an active, cooperative process where both parties are prepared to work together to find solutions that benefit the relationship as a whole. To achieve this, it is essential to genuinely listen to and understand each other's concerns, perspectives, and desires. Empathy, putting yourself in the other person's shoes, is a critical skill for effective communication and conflict resolution. If flexibility is lacking, it can detrimentally affect the relationship's vitality and longevity, so addressing these issues promptly is crucial to prevent irreversible damage. This might involve engaging in open and honest discussions about what each partner wants and needs. In some cases, seeking external help, such as consulting with a couples therapist or marriage counselor, can be beneficial. A skilled therapist can help partners identify and amend unhealthy behaviors, providing them with practical tools and strategies to enhance their communication, strengthen their connection, and solidify their bond. If you find yourself in a relationship where one partner shows a lack of commitment, it's important to recognize that change requires time, patience, and concerted effort. There are no instantaneous or effortless solutions, however. With dedication and hard work, couples can overcome challenges and cultivate a durable relationship founded on love, trust, and respect. Addressing warning signs early and taking deliberate steps to resolve them can significantly improve the quality and longevity of the relationship.